This is my final CA for functional programming screencast. For this I decided to make a maths helper for second level students. I started by focusing on some of the basic mathematical problems that some students could have. I started off with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Addition is very basic, it is adding two numbers together, and subtraction is minusing one number from another. Multiplication is multiplying one number by the other, and division is dividing one number by the other. These are basic, and I will show them working later on. Next, then I added in two extra functions to this, which are calculating powers and percentages. To calculate the percentage, the user passes in a value, it divides it by 100 and multiplies by y to get the precise percentage of the value that the user wants. The power of a number allows the user to enter in a number, multiply it by, or power it to a value, and return the answer. Then I went down to slightly trickier mathematical equations. This included area of a cube, cuboid, sphere, and triangle. To calculate the area of a cube, you power the sides by 2 to get each side, and then multiply it by 6 to create the cube. To calculate a cuboid, you multiply 2 times length by the width to get the sides, 2 times the width by the length, and 2 times the height by the width. To calculate the area of the sphere, the equation for it is 4 times pi times radius squared. This is implemented here. The area of a triangle is half the base times the height. Then I continued on to the perimeter and circumference of the shapes. The perimeter of a cube is 12 times the side, because there's 12 sides, or 12 edges on a cube. Cuboid is 4 times the length, 4 times the height, and 4 times the width, because there's 4 of each. 4 long lengths, 4 verticals, and 4 widths. A sphere, I had to take in the radius, is the only value I had to take in, and it's 2 times pi by the radius to give the circumference. The perimeter of a triangle is just x plus y plus z, which is one of the 3 sides, or each of the 3 sides rather. Then I also included to calculate the volume of a cube, a cuboid and sphere. You can't calculate the volume of a triangle. For a cube, it's just side cubed. A cuboid is length times width times height, basic enough. And volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed, and that gets the volume of a sphere. I tried but failed to implement the mean, mode and median because I was unsure of how to do it. I left these out because I was unsure how to do them. I also wanted to implement a menu system, but I was unsure how to implement it. I spent most of the day trying to figure it out, but I couldn't do that, and I didn't want to just take it off the internet. I will now show my code working. To start off testing the code, I'll use the simple equations. I'll start at the top and work my way down. Addition is the first. If I add 12 and 15, it should give me 27, which it does. Subtraction is next. If I do 14 minus 5, or 14 and 5, it should give me 9, which it does. Multiply is next. If I multiply 4 by 5, give me 20. These do not work for minus numbers, as I'm unaware of how to implement that correctly. Division is next. If I divide 10 by 5, it should give me 2. The reason for that not working is because I called the function wrong. It's divide. and 10 by 5 should give 2, which it does. Now for a percentage of value, which is P for percentage of value, and if I use 20 and 20, I'll get 4 as a return, which it works. Next is power of a number. I'll use power of a number 3 and 3, which give me 27, which it does. Next we'll do the area of a cube. Area of a cube, and I'll use the value 5, which should give me the value 150 as a return, which it does. Area of a cuboid, if I use 10, 20 and 5, it'll give me 700, which it does. Area of a sphere we'll do next. Starting with 5 will give me the answer 314.15927, which it does. Next is area of a triangle. I'll use 5 and 10, which should give me the result of 25, which it does. Next I'm doing perimeter of a cube. Perimeter of a cube, I'll use the side 6, and which is 72 it'll return. Perimeter of a cuboid. Perimeter of a cuboid, if I use 6, 7 and 8, it'll give me the result of 84, which it does. Next I'll do the perimeter of a triangle. 4, 5 and 6, I'll give you an example, it should return a 15, which it does. And now I'll try the circumference of a sphere. Take in the value 6, and it should give 37.699112, which it does. Next I'll do volume of a cube with the value 5, and it should return 125. Volume of a cube with 5 and return 125. Volume of a cuboid, let's say 789, it will return 504, which it does. Finally I will do volume of a sphere, and I'll use the value 9, and it will return 3053.6282, which it does. Thanks and goodbye.